In this video, we're going to be discussing how to navigate through the Carel controller. This one is going to be simulating a 10 kilowatt chiller. As you can see here, the main display shows the inlet temperature, the outlet temperature, and then also it states right now that it's off by keyboard. And this is also page MO. Before I go any farther, I'm going to go ahead and scroll through the rest of them. Page M1 shows the unit status. The compressor, the fan, the pump, and the valve. You can see that they're all blank right now, showing that they're off. And also you have the set point, which is showing 16 degrees Celsius. If you scroll to the next page, you're going to see it says M2, and then it shows the code for and then the version of software that's currently being used. Okay, let's go back to MO on the main screen here. As you can see, it says off by keyboard. Well, to turn this unit on, you got to push the enter key and the escape key, and you're going to press them until the controller actually says unit on. At this point, you can see that the output going to the pump has been turned on. So at this point, you would be simulating that the pump is running. If we wait a minute here, the compressor would kick on, and the bypass would kick on as well, and it would just do a sequence of operation. Well, I just showed you how to get to the set point to see what the set point is. But if you wanted to change the set point, this is how you would do it. You're going to go back to M2. You're going to hit the enter key for roughly 3 seconds until you see it change. Roughly 3 seconds. And you're going to see it change. Sometimes it goes blank, sometimes it doesn't. But if it's blank, you just push the down arrow, and you're going to start seeing it where it says maintenance output. And you just keep pushing down until all of them show up. You're going to go up to the set point button, and you're going to hit the enter button again. And you're going to see the outlet temperature and then set point, 16 degrees. You're going to have to enter again until your cursor is at the 16 degree mark. And then at that point, you can adjust it from there. So let's go ahead and adjust this to 15.5. You got to hit the enter key to save it. Once you do that, you can see the cursor's back at the top. You can escape out back to the main page. So now the new set point is 15.5. You can also see in here that the compressor's running, and so is the pump, which is also showing up here as well, showing that these two are correlated. Okay, so at this point, we've now been able to turn on and off the chiller. We've gone through the set point and how to adjust that. Now let's say what happens if this unit goes into an alarm state. Okay, at this point, you can see that the unit's still saying it's on, but there's a red light at the top left corner here showing a little alarm bell. If you hit that, you're acknowledging that there's an alarm, and you can read it. It says high pressure condenser fan overload, and in the top right corner it says AL03. AL03 is correlated to that alarm. You can hit this again, and you're going to at that point would try to reset the controller. It was going to see if the alarm's still there or not. If you corrected the problem and you hit that button right now, it would then assume that the problem's been resolved and it would go away. You can also go and hit Program, Alarm History, and you hit the Enter button until the cursor goes over, and then you can scroll through and see all the alarm history. Now this starts with the first alarm it ever had, so if you want to go to the current alarm, you'd have to scroll all the way till it stops. Once it stops, that'd be the last alarm that it was shown. But this will give you a good idea of all the alarms that have happened in the past. Okay, so let's say that this alarm has been corrected. It's still going to show it here, but if you hit that button, it's going to erase it, as it obviously did. Now what happens if this same alarm happens again? This is a high pressure. So let's say the compressor turns on, it hits a high pressure state and it shuts off. You reset it, and the alarm goes back, and you reset it. And look at this. You try to reset it, but it won't allow you to. Because at this point, it's happened at least more than once in a certain amount of time frame that it actually locks you out. Saying so then the people inside the hospital can't just keep resetting this over and over and over again. It's going to require a technician to come out and take a look at it. So once you get to the site and you determine that you want to bypass this and you actually want to watch this high pressure situation happen, you're going to want to make sure you know exactly what the issue is and document that. Obviously this is a high pressure, so we're going to hit the escape button. I had turned back off so we've resolved the issue and we want to remove this out of the situation. So the high pressure switch has been resolved. What we're going to do is go to page M2. You're going to hit the enter button until this next screen pops up. And you see it says maintenance, but it very well could be blank, and you just have to hit the down arrow until it shows up. You're going to go to user, and you're going to hit the enter button. And then you're going to hit the enter button one more time to get down to the password where the cursor is showing below. And you're going to push in 3. Hit the enter button again. And now you're at the screen P1. You're going to scroll down until you get to PD or PE, depending on what the alarm is. As you can see here, page PD shows the compressor alarm, low pressure, and high pressure. And then PE shows pump overload and high condenser temp. We need page PD because this is a high pressure issue. What you're going to do at this point is hit the enter button until the cursor goes all the way down to the alarm that you want to override the lockout on. At that point, it's in the no position. You're going to turn it to yes. And you can see that this is changing. You're going to hit the enter button and you're going to hit the escape out all the way back to the main page. At this point, you can go back, acknowledge the alarm, and you can reset it. So at this point, now you know how to go through and see all the alarms that are currently happening. Be able to go through, reset it when it's been locked out, change the set point, and be able to turn on and off the controller. If you have any more questions about how to navigate through the Carel controller, feel free to call ACT at any time, and thank you.